After Iran stepped in with covert military support, China now appears to be extending a powerful helping hand to a new American partner. Just days after Armenia signed a landmark agreement with the Trump administration, a previously hidden deal has been dramatically unveiled. Chinese-made CH-4 Rainbow drones have made their first public appearance in Armenia, rolling out in front of cheering crowds during a national parade. After the arrival of Iran's so-called silent air defense systems, China's advanced aerial assets are now visibly in Armenian hands. Xi Jinping appears to be swooping in with Chinese hardware just as Trump grapples with weapons shortages and accusations of abandoning traditional allies. On May 28, Armenia officially demonstrated Chinese CH-4 Rainbow drones for the very first time, putting them on open display and confirming months of rumors about a quiet acquisition. A video released from the Independence Day parade shows the drones slowly moving past a reviewing stand, giving viewers a clear look at the new aircraft that have suddenly joined Armenia's arsenal. Until this parade, Armenia had never officially announced the purchase of these Chinese drones, making their surprise debut a de facto confirmation of a previously secret defense deal. Two of the CH-4 drones were shown on parade fully equipped with AR-1 and AR-2 air-to-surface missiles, underscoring that these platforms are not symbolic showpieces but combat-ready strike assets. The CH-4 Rainbow is already in service with countries like Algeria, Congo, Pakistan, Ethiopia, Indonesia, and Myanmar, and Armenia now appears to be joining this club of nations relying on Chinese strike drones. There are two main versions of the CH-4, a dedicated reconnaissance model for surveillance and intelligence, and a multipurpose variant capable of both spying and launching precision strikes. However, it remains unclear which specific version Armenia has received, leaving analysts guessing whether Yerevan has prioritized deep reconnaissance, precision strike capability, or a mix of both. The fuselage of the CH-4 stretches to about 8.5 meters in length, giving the drone a substantial profile suitable for housing sensors, fuel, and weapons. An 18-meter wingspan allows the drone to generate the lift and endurance it needs for long patrols, keeping it in the air for extended surveillance or strike missions. Its cruising speed of around 330 km per hour enables it to loiter patiently over target areas while still covering large distances when needed. At maximum power, the CH-4 can reportedly reach speeds of up to 435 km per hour, giving operators flexibility to reposition quickly or exit hostile airspace. When it comes to payload and range, the CH-4 is designed to carry both electronics and munitions over long distances, making it a versatile platform for modern warfare. The drone can carry up to roughly 345 kilograms of equipment and weapons, allowing operators to mix sensors, guided bombs, and missiles depending on the mission profile. Its flight range is estimated between 3,500 and 5,000 kilometers, giving it the ability to operate far from its base and strike targets deep inside contested areas. Using a standard ground control link, operators can directly pilot the drone at distances of up to about 150 kilometers, suitable for many regional missions. With satellite communication enabled, the control range becomes virtually unlimited, letting commanders fly and retask the drone across vast theaters of operation. The primary armament of the CH-4 focuses on precision air-to-surface strikes, giving Armenia a standoff option against armored and fixed targets. The drone can be armed with AR-1 and AR-2 missiles, each weighing around 20 kilograms, allowing multiple precision munitions to be carried on a single sortie. Each of these missiles carries an armor-piercing warhead of about 5 kilograms, designed to punch through vehicles, fortifications, and hardened positions. Guidance is provided by an inertial navigation system combined with semi-active laser homing in the terminal phase, helping the missiles home in on laser-designated targets with high accuracy. With a maximum range of up to 8 kilometers, these missiles allow the drone to engage targets from a safe standoff distance, reducing exposure to short-range air defenses. In addition, the CH-4 can carry the AK-D-10 anti-tank air-to-surface missile, a heavier weapon specifically designed to destroy armor and high-value ground assets. Beyond its primary missiles, the CH-4 has access to a broader additional weapons arsenal, including glide bombs and precision-guided munitions. The 90mm BRM-1 laser-guided missile offers another precision option, using laser designation to strike smaller or more agile ground targets. The FT-7 is a 130-kilogram glide bomb, allowing the drone to release it from a distance and let it silently glide onto fixed targets with guided accuracy. The lighter FT-9/50, at around 50 kilograms, provides a smaller guided bomb option for strikes where lower collateral damage and multiple releases are required. The FT-10/25, weighing roughly 25 kilograms, is an even smaller precision bomb, allowing the drone to carry several units for multiple pinpoint attacks in a single mission. The GB7/50 is another precision-guided munition in the 50-kilogram class, tailored for accurate strikes on critical but compact targets. The GB4/100 serves as a 100-kilogram precision weapon, sitting between the smaller and larger bombs to give operators flexible strike options. This revelation about Chinese drones surfaced just as separate reports claimed that Iran has exported its Majid air defense systems to Armenia. Tehran has exported its indigenously developed Majid short-range air defense system to Armenia, marking a significant expansion of Iran's military footprint into the South Caucasus at a highly sensitive moment. This development was reported by Defense Security Asia on May 27, and it comes amid rising fears that the wider regional war could restart after only a brief and fragile lull in fighting. The revelation about Majid's export surfaced just as the United States and Armenia signed a new strategic partnership pact, highlighting the complex overlap between Iranian and American influence in Yerevan. The US-Armenia agreement reportedly covers cooperation on critical minerals and a major transit corridor project centered on Yerevan, giving Washington an important economic and logistical foothold. Majid is considered special because it operates in near-total silence during both target acquisition and missile engagement, making it far harder for adversaries to detect when the system is active. According to technical analyses cited by Defense Security Asia, Majid prioritizes passive thermal tracking to follow targets instead of relying primarily on radar emissions that can give away its position. By contrast, most other short-range air defense systems depend on radar illumination and strong active sensor signatures, which make them much easier to locate and suppress with weapons. Majid's silent profile therefore complicates enemy efforts to find and destroy the launchers, significantly enhancing their survivability on a contested battlefield. Reports say the Majid missile system was delivered to Armenia ahead of its May 28 Republic Day celebrations, suggesting it may be showcased during official events and military parades. Iranian-made Majid missiles and their associated launch vehicles have already been identified at a rehearsal in Yerevan, Defense Security Asia noted, indicating that they are now physically in country and operational. This represents the first known operational deployment of the Majid system beyond Iranian territory, underlining Tehran's growing role as an exporter of modern air defense technology. A new analysis warns that this depletion could undermine US readiness for any future conflict with China. Precision-guided munitions and air defense interceptors were used at a pace that outstripped replacement rates. That has raised fresh doubts about whether the US can sustain major wars across multiple theaters at once. A prolonged replenishment timeline could weaken American deterrence in the Indo-Pacific. The Iran war also exposed concerns that the US defense industrial base cannot keep up with the demands of modern conflict. Analysts have long warned that any war over Taiwan would require very large volumes of advanced weaponry. Critics argue the costly Iran war failed to produce a decisive outcome while also draining US firepower. The resulting strain on stockpiles may now leave Washington facing greater risks in a future Asia-Pacific crisis. US defense contractors may need at least 3 years to rebuild key weapon stockpiles after the Iran war. A new CSIS analysis warned that depleted inventories could leave the United States more vulnerable. Tomahawk missiles, Patriot interceptors, and THAAD interceptors were identified as 3 of the key systems under strain. The think tank said the main challenge is not funding, but the time required to expand production. That means the window of vulnerability could last for several years until stockpiles are restored. China has notably set a goal of being able to take Taiwan by force, if necessary, by 2027. CSIS said it could take until late 2030 to fully rebuild Tomahawk inventories to their pre-war level. Fewer than 200 Tomahawks are currently produced each year, though Raytheon is aiming to raise capacity above 1,000. The report also said it could take until the end of 2029 to replace as many as 290 THAAD interceptors. Replenishing more than 1,000 Patriot interceptors is expected to be completed around mid-2029. Despite the shortages, the Pentagon has insisted it still has enough in its arsenal to carry out the president's orders.